But how do we really know what Jesus looked like? Because, last I checked, no one actually knows for sure. Even the Bible skips over his appearance. And the wild part? This image of him is one of the most recognizable faces ever. Let's start with this. That's definitely not what Jesus looked like. This guy looks Latino. Jesus was Jewish. And honestly, pretty much every picture you've seen of him is probably off. Let's break it down. Jesus, the central figure of Christianity, believed to be the Son of God and humanity's savior, lived somewhere between 6 to 4 BC and died around 30 to 33 AD, so 1st century. People from Judea, where he was from, typically had brown skin, dark eyes, and short curly hair. So no, he didn't have silky long hair, pale skin, or the neat beard we always see in paintings. So how do we know this? Well, if you look at early mummy portraits from Egypt and depictions of Judean men from around the 1st century, you start to get a clearer picture. Also, Roman coins and written descriptions from that era help us out. It said he looked average. Nothing about him stood out physically. Remember when soldiers came to arrest him in the Garden of Gethsemane? They couldn't pick him out of a crowd. That says a lot, honestly. And that long beard? Probably not. Keeping one was tied to a special vow, and that included not drinking wine. Jesus was known to drink wine, maybe even a little too much depending on who you ask. So, picture this. Historians think Jesus looked more like this, and maybe he had abs, possibly a six-pack. Why? He was a carpenter, manual labor, he didn't eat much either. He and his disciples relied on the kindness of others and shared meals. So yeah, he was probably lean and in shape, not muscular like some artists paint him. And those long robes? Nope. Those were more like status symbols. He probably wore a short wool tunic, something basic and practical. So, yeah, that gives us a clearer idea of what Jesus might have actually looked like. I get it. It's not what most people imagine, but reality doesn't always match tradition. Still, let's talk about why the modern image of Jesus looks the way it does. Since there's no physical description in the Bible, people just created an image based on what felt right or fit their culture at the time. In the 1st century, long hair on men wasn't the norm, but by the 4th century, artists started painting Jesus with long hair and a beard to make him resemble philosophers, since he was seen as a wise teacher. The Latino Jesus look really stuck during the Italian Renaissance, especially with iconic works like Da Vinci's Last Supper. So, yeah, people just shaped Jesus to fit how they wanted him to look. Someone who felt powerful, holy, familiar. That's why he's often shown in bright robes as a white man, or glowing with light. And no, Jesus wasn't black either. Let's keep it honest.